Right, friends. Now let's continue with our session with respect to November 2019 RTP. Okay. Already we are done with the first question, the first case study. And that was a pretty comprehensive one. Now we're going to dive into the second one. Okay. Now this is also equally comprehensive. So it's going to be a big session. So I want you guys to have your patience. So let's rock it. Chalo, coming on to question number two. So Pixel Limited is a toy manufacturing company. It sells toys through its own retail outlets. Okay. It purchases materials needed to manufacture toys from a number of different suppliers. Recently, due to the entity of few reputed foreign brands in the toy market, uh, I think it's entry, and particularly in the segment in which Pixel Limited is doing business, it is facing a threat to operate profitably. I think it's entry. Anyway, each toy requires 4 kgs of materials at 19 per kg. Okay, and 5% of all materials supplied by the suppliers are found to be substandard, which means you will actually consume more raw metals because of that. And which means whatever the kgs of raw metal that you normally consume based on 100% efficiency, you divide it with 95%, you'll get the that excess consumption of material. When we solve the problem, you'll understand. Anyway, labor hour requirement for each toy is zero point 0.4 hours at rupees 120 per hour. Okay, what else? Market research has determined that the selling price will be 240 per toy. The company requires a profit margin of 15% on the selling price. Okay, expected demand for toy in the coming year will be 50,000 toys. Sales and variable overhead per unit for the 4 quarters of the year will be as follows: quarter 1, 2, 3, and 4. 3 and 4, as you can understand here, it is festive season. All these details are very important. Sales, as you can see, it's almost double when it comes to the festive season. So this is unseason, so it's not that much. Variable cost also, if you can see, quarter 1 and quarter 2 it was constant per unit, whereas quarter 3 and quarter 4 it has got increased. So probably you're asking few of them to work for overtime or something like that. We don't know what's the reason. And the fixed overheads are expected to be 6,25,000 for each quarter. Then the production manager has decided to produce 12,500 units in each quarter. Inventory holding cost will be 18 per unit of average inventory per quarter. Inventory holding cost are not included in the above. Fine. Right. So what else? Normal production capacity per quarter is 15,000. This guy anyway has decided to produce 12,500 units per quarter. The company can produce further up to 6,000 units per quarter by resorting to overtime working. Now this is immediate. The moment you see this, you need to understand that, okay, fine. The capacity is 15,000, whereas this guy has decided to go for 12,500 only. Already there is a buffer of 2,500, correct? But then still there is a sentence saying that you can overproduce. I mean, you can go for a little bit of more production by going for overtime for 6,000 units, means he is talking about JIT. Okay, so you can easily guess based on the flavor of the question. That comes only due to, I mean, repeated practice. You got it? Anyway, overtime wages will be at 150% of the normal wage rate. Okay, 50% bonus we got to pay. I mean, overtime wage premium, not bonus, sorry, overtime wage premium. Anyway, assume zero opening inventory. Then what else you have got required? A, in that first one, calculate the cost gap that exists between the total cost per toy as per the production plan and the target cost per toy. Okay, which means we need to calculate both of them and find out the cost gap. That is for 9 marks. What else? Discuss how just-in-time purchasing and just-in-time production will remove the cost gap calculated in one above. Show calculations in support of your answer. Okay. Explain how implementation of JAT production method can be a major source of competitive advantage and success of the company. So predominantly this question involves two concepts. One is target costing, the other one is JIT. Okay. So once we are aware of these two concepts, you should try to recollect the concepts which I have taught you. Then solving on this problem will not be much of an issue. It's gonna be, I don't say it's easy. On average, it will be decent. Got it? Chalo. As usual, read the question 2 times minimum. We'll get into the solution. Okay. Read the question, guys. Read the question, guys. Right. The last part of the question. Right, guys. Done with your reading? Chalo. Okay, now what is the first thing that we have to do? We need to calculate the cost gap that exists between total cost per toy as per the production plan as well as the target cost per toy. So let's start with it. So this is problem number two, right? And see, always keep the question in front of you. I cannot show you both the screens. I've been repeatedly telling you this many number of times. So I want you guys, if you have a hard copy, better keep the hard copy. Or even if you're not able to have a hard copy, you can just have it in your mobile phone and you can watch the class in the laptop. Or if you're already watching it in a mobile phone, better you can have another mobile phone within the family. You can just open up the PDF copy or workbook soft copy in that, and then keep it in front of you and look at the screen simultaneously. Got it? Right. Chalo. Anyway, so let's look at the question. What is the first one? A. I need to write the heading first of all. So let's pick up the heading from the question. What is the question? Calculate the cost gap that exists between total cost per toy as per the production plan and target cost per toy. Yeah. So calculation of cost gap between total cost per toy as per traditional method and target cost per toy. Right, guys? हो गया question. So calculation of cost gap that exists between total cost as per traditional method, that is nothing but traditional production plan, and target cost per toy. Chalo. Okay, now what we have got. So in this, first let us try to find out target cost, and then we'll go with the remaining things. Now all of you look at your question. We're gonna pick the numbers from the question, so I want you guys to look at the question. So what is the heading? Calculation of target cost per toy. So calculation of target cost per toy. Okay, what are the numbers that we need to take? First of all, let's write the headings. Obviously, the first one will be particulars. Then we can have per unit column as well as obviously total column. Now, this total column will be per year. That's what we are going to calculate. The whole thing is going to be per year. Ready, guys? So let's start with the first one. Let's look at the question and let's pick up the numbers. First, as usual, we'll start with selling price per unit. So what is per unit? It is 240. If I want it total, you know that totally you're selling 50,000 units per year. So 240 per unit into how many units you're selling, guys? 50,000. So 240 into 50,000, it's gonna be 1 crore 20 lakhs, right? I'll just check it once. 240 into 50,000. Yeah, 1 crore 20 lakhs. Right, Nana? Chalo. From this, we need to reduce what first? Requisite profit margin. How much is the profit margin? 15%. So 15% out of the selling price, that is 240, will give you kitna re? So 240 into 15%. You can just calculate it directly. 36. Anyway. So for total, it's going to be 36 per unit into 50,000 units, right? So 36 per unit into 50,000, it comes around 18 lakhs. Got it? So the calculation of target cost is pretty simple. So what you have to do, take the selling price, reduce the requisite profit margin, you get your target cost. So let's write the target cost over here. Kitna hai target cost? 240 minus 36. So it comes around 204. And here it is 1 crore 20 lakhs minus 18 lakhs. Okay, so it is 1 crore 2 lakhs. Done. 1 crore 2 lakhs is what we have got. So we're done with the first part of the solution. Right, Anna. So the calculation of target cost per toy is pretty simple. Now we're gonna go for the second part. Let's go for that. So what is the second part? We need to calculate calculation of total cost per toy as per traditional production plan, or you can simply call it as existing production plan. That way also it works. Okay, so if you don't want this name, you can just simply call it as existing production plan. Ho gaya? Right. As you can see in the question, he said that they have an annual requirement of 50,000 units. That's a sales estimation. And the production manager wants to produce how much? 12,500. You can just copy paste those sentences from the question. For example, look at your question, all of you. Pixel Limited has annual requirement of 50,000 units, right? That's the sales they are expecting to make. So the production manager, look at your question, all of you. All of you, look at your question. The production manager wants to produce. So wants to produce how much? 12,500 units per quarter. Correct? So you can just continue that sentence from the question. You understand the point? So if you can look at the question, here it is. The production manager has decided to produce 12,500 units in each quarter. Inventory holding cost will be 18 per unit on an average inventory per quarter. Like that, you can just write the sentence and finish it off. Got it? So just finish it off from the question. Okay, after that, let's do the calculation part. Now look at your question. Totally, we have got 4 quarters. So let's write the heading and start with it. You guys can do simultaneously along with me, or otherwise, once we are done with the whole question, I've written the notes, everything is ready. The power notes is ready. I'll show you the notes. You can copy from that also. It depends upon your personal liking. Some students prefer doing a problem along with the faculty when the faculty is doing. Some students prefer to concentrate and then they'll try to copy at the end of the, once the problem has been done by the faculty. Anyway, whichever you want, you can choose. I'm gonna give you both the chances, in the sense you can copy with me simultaneously, you can do the problem along with me simultaneously, or you can just wait till the problem is being done, and after that you can start copying. I will provide you that as well. Okay. Having said that, now let's go with this. So what are the columns I'm gonna have? As usual, particulars. What is our target right now? Our target is to find total cost per unit as per existing production plan. Anyway, so you got quarter one, quarter two, three, four. Of course, you need total column as well. Then only I'll have an idea for the entire year how much it's gonna be. Let me change the in color ones. Okay, and we'll move on. Okay, as usual. Now, see, our target is to find total cost, correct? Now, how will you find your total cost? Total cost includes, if you look at the question, direct material is there, direct labor is there, variable overheads is there. Okay, that will give you your total variable cost. It doesn't end there. You need to also add inventory holding cost, because we are calculating total cost as per existing production plan. Existing production plan is the traditional production plan. Traditional means they're going with inventory model, whereas the new model will be JIT, where there will be no inventory. That will be calculating later. Right now, again, I'm trying to explain you. Listen carefully. What is the total cost as per existing production plan? Look at your question. Do you have direct material? Yes. Do we have direct labor? Yes. Do we have variable overheads? Yes. That's it. That's your total variable cost. But what about the total cost? You need to add fixed cost. Yeah, that I know. Also, you need to add inventory holding cost, because as per existing production plan or traditional production plan, you're going to keep stock with you, and therefore you are going to incur carrying cost. Now, the question is how to calculate this carrying cost. To calculate the carrying cost, first of all, you should know how much average inventory you're holding every single quarter. Once I know how much inventory I'm carrying every single quarter, I multiply that with carrying cost per unit per annum. Obviously, I'll be able to calculate carrying cost or inventory holding cost. That is what we are going to do right now. So we're going to find out how much inventory are we going to hold per quarter on an average. Now, what do you mean by average inventory? Very simple. Opening inventory for that particular quarter plus closing inventory for that particular quarter divided by 2 will give you average inventory. As simple as that. Once you know the average inventory, you multiply with the rate, you get your inventory holding cost. In the next step, we're gonna we're gonna put direct material, add direct labor, add variable overheads, you get total variable cost, add inventory holding cost based on the numbers that we're gonna calculate now, add fixed overheads, then you'll be getting total cost as per existing production plan or as per traditional production plan. Got the point? Why I call it as traditional is because I'm comparing that with JIT, right? That's why it's better. It gives you a better feeling when you call this as traditional, so that you'll understand that, okay, fine. The next thing that we're going to calculate is what? JIT. Got the point? Fantastic. Right. Anyway, let's start. Now the question is, what are all the things that I should have in the particulars column so that I'll be able to calculate what? Inventory holding cost. Very simple. First, we'll start with opening stock. Okay. Add production. If you reduce sales, I'll be getting what here? Closing stock. Correct? Once you get opening stock and closing stock, give numbers to that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, guys? 5 will be average stock. How to calculate average stock? 5 is equal to opening stock 1 plus closing stock 4 divided by 2. Pretty simple, right? Okay, once you got average inventory or average stock, what else we have got? The cost is 18, huh? Right. So next will be average stock cost or average inventory cost. Okay. So with this, we'll be done with average inventory cost. Anyway, let's put the numbers from the question. Do we have any opening stock at the beginning of the year? Beginning of the year opening stock is nothing but quarter one opening stock, correct? Do we have any opening stock at the beginning of the year? Nope. So it's gonna be dash. Production as per existing production plan, which is traditional, it's gonna be 12,500. It is set by the production manager, correct? Sales for the first quarter given in the question, 7,500. All of you try to look into the question, and that's very important. Look at the question. So now what's gonna be your closing stock then? So 12,500 minus 7,500, it comes around 5,000. Okay, once I've got closing stock, now I can calculate average inventory. So that is opening, which is 0, plus closing, which is 5,000 divided by 2. It comes around 2,500. Here, average stock or inventory cost will be how much? 6 is equal to, what is the average inventory I've got, which is 5 into per inventory. What is the cost here? Per unit, 18, given in the question. Per unit, the cost is 18. Anyway, so which means 2,500 into 18, 45,000. Okay. Okay. Right. Now, moving on to the next one. Now, this closing stock will become opening stock for quarter 2. So, which means it's gonna be 5,000. Okay, what about the production? It's gonna remain constant as per existing production plan. So, quarter 2 also it's going to be 12,500. What about sales? Pick up the number from the question. Kitna re? Okay, 9,000. That's it. Now let's calculate closing stock then. So opening plus production minus sales will give you 8,500. Got it? So 8,500 is your closing. I want average stock. So 5,000 plus opening is 5,000 plus closing is 8,500 divided by 2. You get your average stock as 6,750. Now 6,750 is average stock into per unit. It's going to be 18. So it's going to cost you 1,21,500. Okay. Right. Moving on to quarter 3. Again, same stuff. The closing stock of quarter 2 will be opening stock of quarter 3. Right. कितना रहे वो? 8,500. So 8,500. उसके बाद you have production, ये constant रहेगा. Right. So which means it's gonna be 12,500. And sales from the question कितना रहे? 15,500. So what's gonna be your closing stock? Opening 8,500 plus production 12,500 minus closing 15,000, sorry, sales 15,500. You get your closing stock, which is 5,500. Okay, I want average stock. Opening kitna re? 8,500 plus closing 5,500 divided by 2. You're gonna have 7,000 here. Okay. अब हमें कैलकुलेट करना है एवरेज स्टॉक और इन्वेंट्री कॉस्ट. वेरी इजी. 7,000. अरे यार, 7,000 units is the average inventory. Into per unit it's gonna be 18. So 1,26,000. Right, guys? Okay, now same stuff. So closing of previous quarter will become opening of the next quarter. Kitna re? 5,500. Okay, now production anyway it's gonna be constant for each and every quarter as decided by the production manager in the existing production plan, which is 12,500. Sales is there in the question. In the last quarter it's gonna be 18,000. That's your sales. And of course, let's find out closing stock. So opening is 5,500 plus production 12,500 minus sales 18,000. It's gonna be 0. So what's gonna be your average stock then? Opening plus closing, which is 0, divided by 2. 2,750. Now 2,750 is the average inventory stock in terms of units into inventory cost will be 18. That comes around 49,500. Are we done? That's it. So your total inventory holding cost will be kitna re? 45,000 for first quarter plus 1,21,500 for second quarter plus 1,26,000 for third quarter plus 49,500 comes around 3,42,000. This will be the total. Total production will be 12,500 into 4, 50,000. And total sales also will be 7,500. That's also 50,000. Anyway, it's given in the question. If you add also, it's gonna be 50,000 only. Are we done? Right, that's it. So now what we have done is we have calculated inventory carrying cost or average inventory holding cost. And then once we are done with this, now we're going to calculate total cost. So that will be our next step. So let's do that. Okay, let me go to a fresh page. Let me change the ink color. So what's gonna be the next thing? Total cost per toy. Okay, look at your question. As per traditional or existing production plan. Got it? Okay, as usual, the headings are going to be normal. First column is going to be particulars. Then we have all the 4 quarters. As usual, we have got total. So this total basically represents 50,000 units. Correct? Now let me change the ink color and we'll do all the other calculations. It's pretty simple, just picking up the numbers from the question, nothing much. Okay, all of you look at your question. So first I've got direct material per unit. This I'll call it as first row. Kitna re? Okay, that I think we need to work it out. Okay, look at your question. I need to leave 2 pages. This is one page, this is another page. I'll move to the next one. Okay, working note. Okay, now that I need to calculate direct material cost per unit, that implies it is 4 kgs per single unit. That is what is given in the question. Into per kg, it is how much? 19 is equal to kitna re? 4 into 19, 76. Normally, 76 would have been your cost. Normally, if the raw metals are 100% efficient, but it was said in the question that there is 5% issue. I'll show you the question over here. See, so 5% of all materials supplied by the suppliers are found to be substandard. So when 5% is found to be substandard, what does it mean? It means you are using only 95%, which means you need to use a little bit more raw material because 5% is substandard, which means I need to use more raw material than what is required. So therefore, because of that wastage, because of having substandard raw material, because you need to use more raw material, therefore direct material cost per unit will eventually increase. How much it will increase? Very simple. Divide it with 95%. You'll get your answer. So 76 divided by 95%, you get your answer as 80. So 80 will be the direct material cost per unit. Labor cost also will calculate here itself. Direct labor cost per unit. Kitna re? It's very simple. Each unit takes a point 0.4 hours into per hour. It is how much? 120. All the numbers are there in the question itself. 0.4 hours into 120 per hour comes around 48 per unit. Kitna re? 48 per unit. Are we done with this? Anything else? All right. Chalo, let's go and put the numbers over here. So direct material per unit, it's gonna be 80. Working note 1, we have calculated. Quarter 2 also it's gonna be 80. Quarter 3 also it's gonna be 80. Quarter 4 also it's gonna be 80. Okay. The total will be obviously 80 into 50,000 units. 40 lakhs, huh? Yeah. ये तो हो गया. Right, coming on to the second one. What is the second one we have? Direct labor per unit. Okay. Just now we have calculated 48. Is gonna remain constant? Yes. Only variable rates will change eventually. Okay, as it is given in the question. So 48 per unit into 50,000 units, you get around 24 lakhs. Okay. Right. Next, third. What do we have? Variable overhead cost per unit. Okay. It's given in the question that quarter 1 it is 22, quarter 2 also it is 22, quarter 3 it is 24, quarter 4 it is 25. Is it something that I need to really calculate? Nope, it's directly given in the question. Okay, here you have 22, 22, 24 and 25. So I've just copy pasted the same from the question. Okay. Now what about the total cost? That we need to calculate because the cost per quarter is different. Na? Chalo. So this will be working note 2. this working note 1. Now look at your question. In quarter 1, the variable overhead cost is kitna re? Right, let me put it first. Quarter 1, 2, 3 and 4. In quarter 1, it is 12,500 units into 22 per unit. Quarter 2, 12,500 units into 22 per unit. Quarter 3, 12,500 only into 24 per unit. Quarter 4, 12,500 into 25 per unit. Correct? Let's put the numbers. So 12,500 into 22, 2,75,000, right? Next, this is also same, 2,75,000, because it is 12,500 in 22. Here it will be 12,500 into 24. So it comes around 3 lakhs, right friends? Fantastic. Next, 12,500 into 25, 3,12,500. So what about the total then? I need this for the total column. Okay. So 2,75,000 plus 2,75,000 plus 3 lakhs plus 3,12,500. That comes around 11,62,500. That's the number that we need. 11,62,500. Okay. Right. Now that we are done with variable overheads, now let's calculate total variable cost per unit. Or simply total variable cost. Total variable cost. Fourth row. Okay, so it's gonna be 80 plus 48 plus 22, 150. This will also be same, na? No change, so 150. Here 80 plus 48 plus 24. This has got increased by 2 rupees, so 152. 25, so 3 rupees, 153. Got it? Chalo, next. Now I've got variable cost per unit over here. I need total variable cost. So what's gonna happen? Multiply that with production. Okay. So what's your production in quarter 1? It is there in the question. See how much? 12,500. 12,500. 12,500. 12,500. We know this, right? Okay. So from this, I can calculate total variable cost, which is nothing but 6. Total variable cost is equal to variable cost per unit, which is 4, into production, which is 5. So directly we can put the numbers. So per unit 150 into production 12,500 comes around 18,75,000. Next, same now this also 150 into 12,500, 18,75,000. Next, 152 into 12,500, 19 lakhs. Next, 153 into 12,500, 19 lakh 12,500. Okay. So if you total the total variable cost, it's gonna be how much? 18,75,000 twice plus 19 lakhs plus 19 lakh 12,500 comes around 75 lakh 62,500. 75 lakh 62,500. Okay. Right. After variable cost, what is the next one we need to calculate? I mean, we need to add two things. One is inventory holding cost, the other one is fixed cost to calculate total cost. So inventory holding cost, I think we have calculated here 45 1,21,500. So 45 1,21,500. What else? 1,26 49,500. 1,26 49,500. Are we done? So total inventory holding cost 45,000 plus 1,21,500 plus 1,26,000 plus 49,500. 3,42,000. ये तो हो गया. After inventory holding cost, the last cost that you have got, which is fixed overheads, 8. Very easy. Look at your question. कितना रहे? 6,25,000. is gonna come for quarter. Very easy, copy paste. Total pretty simple, 6,25,000, okay, per quarter, which means 25 lakhs. ये तो हुआ. What else you have got? Now we can calculate total cost, which is row 9 is equal to, you have variable cost as 6 plus inventory cost as 7 plus fixed cost as 8. So 6 plus 7 plus 8, it's gonna be 18,75,000 plus 7, 45,000 plus 8, 6,25,000 comes around कितना रे 25,45,000. Okay, next here variable cost will be 18,75,000 plus 1,21,500 plus 6,25,000, 26,21,500. Here 19 lakhs plus 1,26,000 plus 6,25,000, 26,51. हो गया. Next 19,12,500 plus 49,500 plus 6,25,000, 25,87,000. Which, right, that's it, 25,87,000. Now let's add everything. It comes around 1 crore 4 lakhs 4,500. Just check that once. 1 crore 4 lakhs 4,500. So 25 plus. I'm just checking one more time. Okay, 1 crore 4 lakhs 4,500 is what we have got, right? Anyway, chalo, we're done with this. So now let's calculate total cost per unit. That's what we want ultimately. We don't want total cost, we want total cost per unit. Okay, so that implies kitna re total cost? This one. 1 crore 4 lakh 4,500 divided by how many units you have got? 50,000 units. So how much it's gonna be? Divided by 50,000. 208.09 per unit. Okay, so let's calculate cost gap. That is what he has asked you in the question. So cost gap is nothing but total cost per unit as per existing production plan minus target cost per unit. See, the cost gap will always be positive. Anyway, we just need to take the difference. Your total cost is 208.09 minus kitna re target cost we have calculated. The first part of the question, 204. 204. So which means your cost gap is going to be how much? 4.09 per toy. Is your answer. 4.09 per toy is your cost gap. Are we done? Right. Chalo. Right, guys, that's it. We are done with this particular sum. Not fully, but this particular part to calculate the cost gap. So what you can do now is either you can copy here. You can copy here. I'll just wait. Yeah. This is the first page. Copy from here. You got 5 minutes. I'll give you half a minute per page. Okay. Copy, guys. We'll finish off this particular session here. In the next session, we'll go with JAT because it's a big sum. So therefore, we'll go with the next session. Okay. Copy this. Done with copying this. Next page. Next. Copy this. Copied. Next. Next, Anna. Copy this. Copied, Nana. Next page. Next page, Nana. Done with copying this? Chalo. Right, guys. So we're gonna end up this particular session here, not the problem. And in the next session, we're gonna continue with the rest. Okay. Chalo.